When do you rebalance your portfolio? How do you rebalance your portfolio? Calendar based, market cycle based, threshold based. What sort of strategy do you follow?
I have three things on, when you want to sell. You want to sell for only three reasons. First, whatever you bought, you didn't know why you bought it, or it didn't perform according to the way you sort of wanted to buy it. Then you things have changed, so you want to move out of it. The second thing is you found something else that's better. That's also a good reason. Third and most important reason is because you need the money. And sometimes you can predict it, sometimes you can't. So for instance, my kids' education, I could predict it. So I rebalanced primarily so that I could be in cash or fixed income when a time I needed the money. Sometimes I can't predict it. I need it for something that just came up. And you sell at that time. You don't ask about what, why and all. So if these are the reasons to sell, these are also in a way a reason to rebalance. Because you move from X to Y, and you should know why you're moving from that X to Y. This, in a turmoil time, is a great time to think about rebalancing. Things are changing. Donald Trump is saying X things and Y things every day. And you might say, listen, at a certain point, I'm going to get to a point where X is not attractive and Y is attractive. So I will move from my X to my Y. But I have to make that call at some point. Just don't make it on a whim and a fancy, the way Mr. Trump seems to be doing on a daily basis. Instead, do it on a more analysis-based thing.
I think, but it also happens very organically. I've seen a lot of people putting a very formula to this, saying that, okay, no, this is the time, this is what I should do, and this is 35%, 65% age, this, that. I think everybody is going through a very different cycle, kids, marriage, planning, all of those things. Right? So I've seen a lot of time it works beautifully well when it's very organic. Now market has happened, you have put all your eggs in one basket, you realize that this is not working. I believe in this concept more now versus what somebody would have told me. I will start doing the portfolio rebalancing, and then at that point in time, whatever suits best, then you will rebalance again after that. So don't push yourself in saying that, okay, every time 3 months, 6 months, I'll sit and start doing the rebalancing.
But with respect to why one should rebalance, they should always chase the bigger opportunity, right? Market should always look at the opportunity cost. That's a big factor. I keep coming back to the concept of greed. You want to make more money than what you can make in current investment. So that's a huge consideration. Rebalance, it could be a big part of rebalancing. Why do people invest in the stock markets? Because they're greedy to make more money.
Yeah.
Right? And the fact that so many of them in the markets, especially the working age group between, say, 23 to 38, why are so many of them trading derivatives? It's actually a symptom of something bigger. Derivatives having gone mainstream is a symptom of something bigger. Could be because people think short term, right? It could also mean that they have desires that their salaries cannot fulfill, maybe. The level of income is insufficient. So the general attitude towards money has changed. That's my big takeaway over the last 5 years. Right? And they aren't really expecting 13% returns, even though that's what the linear returns of equity markets may have been over a longer period. The expectation is much higher than that. The derivative market is it can be 5-10% a day. They're thinking how to double their money as fast as they can, maybe at least in a quarter. Because we've seen an era where people have made massive amounts of money. And because of direct investing, look, there are about less than 5 crore unique mutual fund investors in India. Am I right?
There
approximately.
are 4.5.
MF folios are in the range, 4.5, 5 crores. There are 11 crore demat account holders. Unique demat account holders, in total double of that. So there is more direct participation today than there ever was.
How do you stop people from over trading? Because that's also happened a lot.
I've always believed that trading is not for everybody. And I haven't been shy to say that. After all, you only have 50 lakh active traders on NSE trading derivative markets. It's not such a big market. I mean, there's more hype to it than reality. But I'd say the future of trading or investing should be more automated. It just makes sense because automated trading lacks emotion. We have other checks and balances through something called smart orders. We're the only brokerage in India to offer conditional smart orders which will help with the execution and to optimize so that you're not constantly kind of addicted watching the screen all day long.
The idea really is that you buy low and sell high also, you know. I mean, that's the general principle that
But
people
it's
use
hard
in
to
equities.
do in real life. It's hard to do in real life. Buy low and sell high is easier said than done,
Yeah.
because when your emotions start to interfere, you're doing the opposite before you realize.
And buy low and sell high is just that you have to sell higher than you buy. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean you buy something at a price that's cheap. You can buy expensive things and sell them at an even more expensive. You can buy cheap things and then lose all your money from that also. So it is not, it's nuanced. Buy low and sell high sounds like a, don't die.
Yeah.
I mean,
The top 3 criteria when picking stocks.
Top criteria:
Yeah.
comparative advantage. A company's ability to create a comparative advantage to survive. Because that, I feel, and a survival instinct is what I seek, and there are multiple ways to try and identify that. What appear to be like accolades and victories could actually be eligibility criteria for companies to survive the next cycle and the one after that.
I think management is one thing that I've been very, and I've clearly seen a couple of like food delivery companies, right? One is it's similar businesses, but how management plays it very differently, and where the companies are valued very differently.
so I like price momentum. So my prices are going up. I like strong growth. So that means this company has a scale to grow to. It's not limited. The third one is a hungry management. So if the management isn't hungry to grow, you're going to not get great returns.
Does fire as a concept, work in India? Because we don't also have, so much of the social security that other nations and developed nations get. It seems to be a movement that's caught on YouTube a lot here. Is it just a social media, Instagram trend that we're talking about?
Well, my truthful thing is I don't think this retire early thing will work out very well. But financial independence is always desirable.
Yeah.
Because it frees you from doing. It depends. It means different things for different people.
Yeah.
For a woman, it might mean independence from the social norms that we somehow construct, which is anti-women of sorts. For a person from a poor family, it means uplifting his entire family out of X. Financial independence is a worthwhile thing to chase, and everybody has a number. The problem is most people's numbers keep changing as they go up.
I think for me, financial independence is, if I have financial independence, I'll be able to do a good job what I really wanted to do, either be with family or do my startup or work or anything. So I think that is more critical than this whole retire early piece and putting a number to it by 30, 40. Like there is number floating, 10 crores in India is that number.
Early retirement, I don't think it makes sense. In a person's career, let's say somebody has done well, there's no real reason to retire early, because of course the odds are that you will make more money as you age, as you build expertise and rise up the hierarchies of any corporate ladder or even in business for that matter. But apart from that, also, like Deepak said, what will you do? Right? A man needs a purpose to live. Like when you've done something for like 3 or 4 decades in your life, and then all of a sudden you're going to live off of something that you invested in a long time ago and be happy. That's unrealistic.
I think that's underrated, the sense of purpose. But the thing is, I think you should always make a difference between, if I have enough money, I'm going to take a lower paying job and still work, but this work will give me happiness. Maybe I'm a teacher, maybe I'm a part-time X. I'm a person who takes people on guided tours to treks around Bangalore.